Last Saturday, I was at my son's football match while my inbox worked through its own to-do list. And when I sat down on Monday, the replies were written, a journalist pitch was drafted and addressed, and my fortnightly subscriber email was waiting for sign-off. Nothing had sent, everything was ready, and in this video, I'm going to show you how AI can answer your emails for you. I spent 20 years in consulting, and I can tell you precisely where my weekends went, the inbox. Since I wrapped an AI system around my business, email happens in one short review session per day. I also write a productivity newsletter that 2,500 people subscribe to, so I've tested every inbox trick going. This is not a trick, it's more like a structure. Requests journalists put out, decides which ones I'm genuinely qualified to answer, and writes my response based on the fact that it knows everything about me, my style, and my tone of voice. Now, my part is about 30 seconds per email. All I do is read it, tweak it, send it, or delete it. Now, the question everyone asks me, and it's the right question, is what happens when it sends something wrong? A pitch with a made-up fact in it, for instance, or a price you never agreed. The right email to the wrong person, or one bad send to your biggest client could cost more than the system ever saves you. Everybody asks me the same version of this, and it's always phrased the same way. Is it accurate enough? I think that's the wrong question, and I want to show you the one I would ask instead. Okay, so this is what I call the reversibility versus visibility. So let's imagine we have this lovely grid here. At this end, it's stuff that's seen by clients. And at this end, it's all internal things, internal only. And then on the left, it's things that are reversible. And on the right, it is those that are irreversible. Okay, so the key thing, and where I've seen people automate stuff that they really shouldn't, is in this quadrant here. Do not automate this stuff. Okay, that is things that will be seen by clients and they're irreversible. So we're talking about stuff like prices, calls, if you need it, apologies. You know, this sort of thing is something a human should be doing and not your AI automated and, you know, deciding to do it by itself. This is not a good idea. What you can do, though, is on the left-hand side of this top quadrant here, if you've got things that you will be seen by clients but are reversible, then that is what you would only just draft using AI. Okay, so this is stuff like emails, pitches, proposals. My first proposal took me 3 weeks when I first started my agency. It was a complete disaster. And now I've got it down to like 3 minutes. It's ridiculous. I actually sent a proposal to somebody whilst I was on the phone with them because AI drafted it. It was crazy. Anyway, then you've got the bottom right-hand quadrant here. So it's internal only, but it's also irreversible. So things like, this is what I call human in the lead. I keep hearing the term human in the loop, but humans actually need to be leading AI, not just being in the loop of what an AI creates. So I like to say human in the lead. I just think it sounds better. And these are things like payments or anything that's going to be deleted. For instance, if you're asking AI to delete part of your hard drive because you don't need it anymore, you want it to reshuffle your folder structure, probably a bad idea if you're going to leave it to do it by itself, because you might come back to a laptop that's got nothing on it. So I personally wouldn't do that. And then my favourite quadrant is the bottom left-hand side, which is, so this is essentially just if you can automate it. It's internal, it's reversible. Let's start doing some research, some sorting, some drafting, some filing. I'm even doing filming now. AI is basically helping me film videos. I mean, it's just insane what it can do. So that is where we need to be focusing our time. Okay, so I'm going to turn that green. This bit here. You're going to automate something, you're going to use AI, use it on that quadrant. Do not, I'm using the red one now. Do not use it here, please. Very, very bad idea. Accuracy. I mean, people ask me this all the time. How do you know if it, what do you do if it's not accurate? How do you know if it's going to be accurate? And I just want to say, accuracy isn't a risk here. It's actually reversibility. So that's why I like to think of this in terms of reversibility versus visibility, because if something is visible by your clients, you've got to be a bit more, on the fence about what you're using AI for. If it's not visible, then you can obviously be freer. But the main question to ask is essentially, what happens if AI gets it wrong? Can it be reversed? Okay, so when you're building these things, it's all about knowing which box you're in before you start switching things on. Are you in the draft only box? Are you in the do not automate box? Are you in the human in the lead box? Or are you like, let's just do this, we've got free reign here? So please think about that before you start automating any part of your business. When the volume work moves off your plate like this, the effect is bigger than the minutes. One operations manager told me it was a pleasure watching an idea become reality. A head of e-commerce called what the system demonstrated for his team incredible. Now that pattern underneath both, the human got their judgment time back. Which leaves the second worry. Won't the drafts sound like a robot wrote them? Mine didn't sound like me for the first week, I'm going to be totally honest here. My system has written a description of how I write, the words I never use, how I open, how I sign off, with real examples attached. And every draft gets checked against it before I see it. It sounds like me for an unglamorous reason. It's read more of my writing than any colleague, or my husband for that matter, ever has. Take 5 things you'd love to hand over, write them down, and then put each one in a box. Most people misplace the two, and it's always the same mistake. They call something reversible because it's easy to fix, when what actually matters is whether the client already saw it. An email you can delete from your own drafts is reversible. The same email in their inbox, though, that is not. So get those 5 placed and you'll know exactly what you could switch on this week and what you should never switch on at all. There's a free scorecard below if you'd like it done properly. Now, having AI look after your emails protects your time. The same pattern played in as attack is when your marketing is doing itself while you sleep. If you want to see what that looks like and the one rule that stops it becoming another job you own, then watch this video next.